Okay, welcome. I'm going to be doing a painting demonstration here tonight. I'm at the Community School of Music and Art in Ithaca, New York. I'm going to be doing a landscape in oil paints, and I'm going to be working from studies that I've done on location. I fancy myself as a plein air painter, but I'm also a studio painter. And if you don't know, plein air is painting outside on location in the manner that the Impressionists painted. And the reason I do it is that I just find it very rewarding, and it's a good process to do. And I always mention the painter Jean-Baptiste Camille Corot because he was one of the first Impressionist painters. A proto-Impressionist is the term that I use, a sort of a forerunner of the Impressionist. And I was just at the Metropolitan Museum in New York City last week, and there's a painting that he did in Fontainebleau in France, and it has the little study that he did, and then it has the large version of Hagar in the Wilderness. And so it's nice to see his studies, and so I'll be doing the same thing that Corot did. I have a painting here that I've done of the Susquehanna River in the background, and I'll be doing a larger version of that. Okay, so I'm going to start painting. This is the fun part. And I have a special brush that I'm going to start with. It's a very fun brush. It's about 2 feet long, maybe, and I got it in Madrid. And I got it because I went to the Sorolla house, Joaquin Sorolla, and he was probably used these, as did Velázquez, the famous Spanish painter. And the advantage of using these, I'll probably just do like 2 or 3 minutes to start with. But the advantage is to be able to get far enough away from your canvas to be able to appraise it while you're painting. So, to start with, you can start with any color that's dark, and I'm working on a tinted canvas here. And the first decision to make, I've pretty much made with these, but is to put your eye level down here. And that's about where I want my eye level. So that's the first decision you have to make. And there's an adage or an aphorism with painting is to make it complete at each section, or make it a masterpiece at each section. That's a little scary and off-putting, but the idea is to try to make it complete. So is it complete? I've spent 10 seconds putting that line down. And is it a nice division of space? I think so. I like this relationship between these two areas. I'm going to go warmer over on this side because of the sun over here. And then there'll be some holes up in there too. This color that I'm using here now is Naples yellow. It's a very useful color by virtue of the fact that it's a low tinting color, so you can change the value without changing the color too much. Okay, I'm going to switch to this other mountain here. The idea is just to try to mask these areas in quickly and broadly, and it's sort of like a Polaroid camera coming together, if you remember Polaroid photos. I'm using these really wide brushes, as you can see, just to try to cover as much area as possible. This is what I call the crepuscular light going on here. It's what the name for the beams of light coming out at twilight is called.
What did you say the name?
It's called crepuscular light. It's the name of twilight in Italian, and crepuscolo. So, but in English it's crepuscular light.
So it's not just any light in I always thought it was just when you see the rays of light, sort of like heaven.
Yeah, yeah.
That you can see it during the, not just at twilight, sometimes in the middle of the night.
Yeah, yeah, you can, like if the sun were up here, it could still have that kind of effect, but I think that's what the term means, is beams of light at twilight is, but yeah, and that's the name for twilight in Italian is crepuscolo. That was the first decision that I made, was to put the eye level is probably right about here. So that was the first line that I put down at the very beginning, but you can put it wherever you want. One of the things is to try to make the divisions of space vary so they're not so evenly broken up. And the thing with the eye level and the vanishing point, a famous example of a success is Leonardo da Vinci's Last Supper. If you think of that, the vanishing point's smack dab in the middle of the painting. But for us mere mortals, we try to move it around and put it other places that are more effective. I saw the Last Supper a couple of years ago, but there's other things that are happening in that other than the everything converging on the head of Christ.